And welcome back to the Game Hub, and today I'm bringing you another No Man's Sky video. This one is technically part 2 of 90% of No Man's Sky players do not know about this secret power. If you haven't yet seen that first part, I do recommend checking that out to get a full understanding of what we're going to be doing today. The link for that will be in the description. Basically, that video covered me showing you how you can obtain more power from your ship, and that was by going to the anomaly and collecting all the rewards, Quicksilver rewards for the bobbleheads and all the trails. That is all shown in the first video, and I show you the benefits of using those in your ship to give you more power. But today I'm going to be following up on the comments I received on the last one, where it actually worked out to be more than 90% of you that didn't know about this secret power. But some of you wanted to know about more power, and you wanted to know how I put my ships together to maximize my speed. Now, some of my ships got to as fast as 1100 U on planet side. So stick around and you'll find out how we do that. Now, today I'll be showing you 2 examples with 2 different ships, both on a blank canvas. So the first one will be showing you on a custom fighter, which has a 4 square supercharged slot setup. The second ship will be a sentinel ship, which will have an L4 supercharged slot setup. Now, also at the end, what I'll do is I'll show the location for both of these ships, because they are incredible to build with and they are amazing when it comes to speed and looks. So shall we begin? Let's go. Okay, so let's move on to the first out of the 2 ships that we'll be building with today. Now, the first one is a custom fighter ship. I can give you the details to this ship at the end of the video. So if you like the look of this one, you can grab one for yourself too. Now, this one is a 4 square supercharged slot layout. That's what we're building on for the first ship. Now, to begin with, we're going to put our basic pulse mods, which is X mods in my case. They could be S class in your case. Whatever you've got, put them in there, and the pulse engine in the 4th. However, we have a 4 square build, and if you're lucky enough, you can also put the photonics core into that 4th square and attach the pulse engine onto the photonics core. Now let's look at our speed to begin with, and we're looking at 382, 383, but we can do better than that. So next we're going to put in the rest of the mods, as you can see, and we're getting up to 396. Not bad, but that's not enough, is it? We want more power. But first, let's look at what I have put into this ship. So with the instability drive and the flight assist override are over on the right next to the X mods, and the sub light amplifier is over on the left above the engine and attached to an X mod, like so. So that gives us a 396 with the mods I use so far, but that is not good enough. So now let's work on the launch thruster and the efficient thruster section. So both of those need to go together. Then above those 2, you want to place 2 boosts, the flawless launch computers, next to each other like so. Then above that, you want to put the 3rd launch booster. So you make an L shape either side, forward or back, doesn't matter, as long as it's an L shape. Then the top one, you put in the auto charging mod. That is how you set up the launch thrusters, and now we're looking at 491. It's important you do put them in that order. Why? If you do it in a completely different order, you will lose some speed. Now we're down to 485. It doesn't look like a lot, but it all counts, every little bit of it. So just make sure you got them all in the right order for maximum speed. Okay, so that's the pulse and the thrusters covered on this ship. So now let's get on to the trails and the figurines, the bobbleheads. Now what you want to do, as seen in my last video, if you want maximum maneuverability, you want to put that setup I've just showed you. Now you will see we have 804, 805 top speed, so that's gone up quite a bit just from adding the POLO setup. Now, like I said, this is the old setup that gave you maximum maneuverability, but the top end suffered just a little bit. Now we're going to switch that around and put Artemis in the middle and POLO on a corner. Now you'll see the maneuverability has gone down, but that's not a bad thing, because now when we check our speed's gone up. So don't always judge your build by the stats you see in that screen. If you're going for speed, you need to manually check the changes you make, whether they're positive or negative for your speed. And now with the POLO setup in this particular way, with this particular build, we are now looking at an 845 planet speed custom fighter 4-square setup. Not bad. Now when you got the shield in and your info knife, and there's my warps, and of course the scanners and the bobbleheads, that's the finished build for me. Not a bad little custom fighter. Now we can achieve more speed, but the only way we're going to do that now is if we jump in a sentinel ship. So let me introduce you to Scorp. Scorp is one of my favourite ships, as many of you know from my live streams, and it's an L4 supercharged setup. Now I'm going to use Scorps to demonstrate a few different ways you can build your ship, depending on how much manoeuvrability you want. Now take a note of that manoeuvrability, 3490. So first, let me move my trails and bobbleheads off of that supercharged slot that they're on. Now we can see a non-charged and a charged version of the trail setup. So this is the non-charged, and you can see we're getting 979 U. Not a bad speed, and already beating that fighter. But now let's move all those trails and bobbleheads across, so the trail and the whole setup is supercharged now. So we will see quite a difference in score. Now this is still with the 3490 manoeuvrability, but we are now getting 1128 U planet side. Like I say, manoeuvrability is exactly the same. Now we're going to change it once more. This time I'm going to put the full pulse build in all of those slots, and I'm just going to have to make it almost like an L shape to fit in like so. Now you'll see an instant difference in maneuverability, but speed, we've lost 1 U. And mind you, 1 U. However, maneuverability is now up to 4,432. Now at this stage you can also try and mix the photonics core and the pulse engine around to see which one gives you the best overall speed once in the supercharged slot, but for me in this particular build the pulse engine itself is better supercharged than the photonics core, and the photonics core is best nestled in amongst those X mods. 1127 U and 4400 maneuverability. But I showed you the other way of doing it, so if 4400 maneuverability is too much, too drifty, too twitchy, then just drop the maneuverability by removing the pulse engine ones back to how I first had it, for example, and then supercharging your trails and POLO build. Now onto the ships, and the first one we're going to look at this evening is the first fighter we use, the custom 4-square supercharged setup one. So the details are on the screen now. The system is called Niku. It's in Euclid, discovered by Maximus. Head to the space station and the fabricator, make sure you switch it to fighter. Fuselage, we're using the Amiga. Reactor core, we're using S-class. The wings, we are using vector wings, non-finned, thruster, mono thruster, single. That's it. When you're ready, assemble. Now, when you assemble it, you'll see no supercharged slots. That's fine. When you're ready, proceed. Now, make sure you add this ship to your collection and do not swap with a ship that you have equipped and that you like. Now, once you've got your ship, there you have it. Your beautiful 4-square supercharged slot custom fighter. Now all we need to do is add the squares. 4 squares. So we go to the upgrade starship inventory on the outfitter section if you do not have the AI class fragments. So now we are just going to add all the empty slots, fill them up to reveal your 4-square setup. Very nice. Now the second ship I used this evening on this video was Scorp, my Sentinel, which has an L4 supercharged slot layout. That is there on the screen as you can see in that video. Now that video I will link in the description, and at the end of this video I will put it as a card, so you can click on it and go to that video if you want to check out Scorp. Which of the 2 ships did you prefer today? Now, do you have a better way of building? Can you make your ships go faster? Have you got a better combination? Let me know in the comments if you have a way of making this better. I'm always open for better ideas. Let me know in the Discord. Join our Discord. Link is also down below. Come and let us know what you can do. Now, if this was helpful, let me know in the comments and I'll keep videos like this coming in the future. Now, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.